everybody, this is SDZ Gamer, and I'm welcoming you guys to a very special Let's Play that I got the opportunity to actually do. We are going to go through Dai Gyakuten Saiban. I have been given a script that I could use. I have credited them in the video description of this because this wouldn't have been possible if they had not given me their blessing to use the script. But anyway, I might show the opening menu a few times because I'm sorry, I'm just gonna end up nerding out a lot about this game because there are so many things, so many good things about this, and it's really sad that not a lot of people are gonna be able to play this unless Capcom actually localizes it. But something just to note, the opening image that you see in the courtroom right now, it is the British courtroom, but depending on what case you were previously working on, it actually changes. Like, I believe if you were doing the first case, it will actually show the Japanese courtroom. The second case, you are actually on the ship. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't want to spoil too much of this, so we're gonna get started. Oh, also I just want to do a little shout out. If anything, you guys should also check out the other YouTube group that has been translating and also doing an LP of this. It's all text, but honestly, they need some love too, if anything, because they're much further ahead of me than anything else, so if you don't want to wait for me to post videos, you should totally check them out. I'll put a link to them at some point too. And the only time I will not be saying anything is if it's already been voiced, because I hate talking over voiced scenes. It's awkward trying to do that, but I will put captions in it, so it'll be pretty good. And yes, I've already been through this game about 1.5 times. I was in the middle of another one until I got greenlit for the script. I'm talking too much. I'm sorry. I'm really excited about doing this. So let's just get started. At the very beginning. Yes, all the way to the beginning. Goodness.
Lekishi まさに今、西洋文化の大波が押し寄せていた。活気に満ち溢れる帝都の民は変化、革新の熱気にむせ返り、その変化に戸惑う者も飲み込んで、時代は大きなうねりの中にあった。そして今、そんな時代を舞台に一つの物語が幕を開く。
Alright, I'm sorry. I need to point out, why would you pick up the gun? Okay, we know it's not him, otherwise this game would be really short if it was actually Ryūnosuke. But why do all the people always pick up guns? Edgeworth picked up a gun. Ryūnosuke picks up a gun. Don't do that! November 22nd, 8:43 in the morning in the Supreme Court Defendant's Lobby, number 5. Even now, as I'm in the middle of this is completely unbelievable. I think that the moment I set foot inside of what, at a glance, appears to be a completely normal lobby, I'll be before the Supreme Court, who will decide my fate in a matter of hours. What is it? Nothing. Glaring at me will do you no good, you filthy, loathsome murderer. Sorry. My name is Naruhodō Ryūnosuke. I'm a junior at Yumei University in the Japanese Empire's capital city. 3 days ago, I found myself tangled up in a terrible incident. Now I'm waiting for my trial to begin.
Wait a moment. Bailiff, I'm afraid I can't look the other way while you spew such vitriol.
And just who the hell are you?
I'm a defense attorney, and this is my client.
Defense attorney, you say?
until the conclusion of today's trial when a final verdict is handed down. No one may refer to this man as a criminal. You may be a bailiff, but I won't let such boorish manners slide.
That's just a technicality. A college student like you has no business acting so high and mighty.
At the very least, I'm above you who can't even string together a logical argument. Wouldn't you agree, Naruhodō Ryūnosuke?
Sorry.
What are you apologizing to me for?
Right. I really am sorry though, Asogi. For making you deal with this mess, I mean.
There you go, apologizing anyway.
Why is he so cute?
That's basically what I expected you to do, though. The capital city's newspapers have been dragging your name through the mud every day recently. Yume University professor slaughtered. Offender student at same university? But you weren't the one responsible for this incident, were you?
Of course not. Please, believe me. I didn't do it. I didn't kill anyone.
Then there's no need for you to hang your head like that. Face forward and stand up straight.
Sogi.
I believe in you, Naruhodō Ryūnosuke.
This is my best friend, Asogi Kazuma. He's a junior at Yume University, just like me. But, to put it bluntly, we're nothing alike. He's got amazing talent and is the pride of the capital's university. It's because, in spite of the fact that he's still a student, he's already a licensed defense attorney.
Cut it out, would you? The concept of a defense attorney was only established here in Japan a few years ago. We only have a very small presence in the administration of justice. For now, anyway. I'm sure I told you all this 3 days ago, too.
Asogi, as your friend, I'm proud of you. 3 days ago. Yeah, thinking about it, that's when this whole incident was set into motion. Congratulations, Asogi! On the foreign exchange program thing, I mean. I guess they finally made the decision on that.
Yeah, I finally made it. It feels like my lifelong dream has come true. It looks like the government is finally taking notice of my academic accomplishments, and my status as a defense attorney.
So you're going to study the best justice system in the world as a defense attorney from the Japanese Empire, huh? That was a mouthful. As your friend, I'm really proud of you. Even within Yume University, there's no one who doesn't know Asogi's name. He's a man of legend, a man who's followed by a hot breeze wherever he goes. A warm breeze or a hot breeze? Warm breeze sounds better, right?
I want to change this country's justice system. That's why. I need to see the real justice system that lies on the other side of the ocean.
Great Britain. I wouldn't mind seeing that myself.
In that case, why don't you come with me? Raising little hell together in Her Majesty's country will be quite a thrill.
Don't say that so casually.
Oops, is it that time already? I better get going soon.
Well, since I'm already here, I guess I might as well stay a little bit longer.
A fine idea. We don't get many chances to come to a gourmet Western restaurant like this very often. Well then, let's meet again tomorrow for our English lecture, my friend.
It was right after that incident. That the incident occurred. Asogi-kun, do you have a moment?
Well, Professor, you came.
I can't say that I'm not connected to this incident, you see. More importantly, Asogi-kun, you'd best make an appearance in his honor's chambers right away.
The judges?
His honor has been looking for you. You volunteered to be the defense on this case very suddenly, you see. It seems that this has caused some confusion in today's court proceedings. This gentleman. I wonder who he is. I feel like I've seen him around campus, but...
Understood. I'll take my leave.
I'll accompany you.
Well then, Naruhodō, I'll see you in court.
Alright, I'm counting on you, Asogi. Bye, Susato! We know it's you. And now, very awkward silence. Ryūnosuke, please. This is awkward. Pardon me. Yes? You're the defendant in today's trial, right? Naruhodō Ryūnosuke. Yes, that's correct. I'm Mikotoba Yujin. I'm a professor of law here at the Yume University. Professor Mikotoba? I've heard Asogi mention his name before. Asogi said that this man lent him a hand in negotiating with the Japanese government for his foreign exchange opportunity. Asogi told me that you were his best friend. If that's true, then there's something you ought to be aware of. And what might that be? As you know, Asogi-kun has been given the opportunity to study abroad in Great Britain. However, if he should lose in today's court proceedings, his study abroad will be immediately cancelled. He'll likely never be given the opportunity to go again. What did you say? I thought so. It seems that you weren't made aware of this. I expected as much. Asogi-kun hid this fact from you. Asogi, I can't believe he agreed to defend me even knowing that. But why does it have to be that way? Our country's government selected the student allowed to participate in the exchange from a very large number of candidates. To be granted that privilege is incredibly difficult. But I really didn't do it. I didn't kill anyone. I figured as much. However, I can be certain that that will be quite difficult to prove. You see, today's trial will be incredibly unique. What do you mean? That is something you'll find out once the trial begins, even if you don't want to. So, is there anything I can do? Of course. I'm not trying to tell you, you should simply watch as you're declared guilty. As soon as the trial begins, the judge will ask a certain question to the defense. Before anyone else can answer, you must reply, I am. I am? What question will he ask? Wait, don't tell me. It'll be something like, who's the culprit, or... Don't be silly. Defendant! It's time for the trial to convene. Proceed immediately to the courtroom. Oh my, it seems this will have to be the end of our secret conversation. For now, let me just say one final thing. One who should be acting as the defense in today's trial isn't Asogi Kazuma. Of course, the final decision must be made by you, the defendant. What are you doing? Do you want to be declared guilty without even entering the courtroom? You don't need that useless stuck-up lawyer. Get a move on. If we lose today's trial, I'll be declared guilty of murder, and its opportunity to study abroad will be retracted. With that, having no idea what the outcome would be, I walked in to my fateful trial, one I never forget as long as I live. I want you guys to pay attention to all the subtle visual effects in this game. It's 9 o'clock in the morning inside courtroom number 2. Why are we in lobby number 5 and then went to courtroom number 2? So, this is the court.
Yeah, this is the Supreme Court, the highest authority in the country, the Garden of Judgment.
Somehow, looking at the audience seats gives me a strange feeling. I feel like there's a lot of people out there wearing military and other sorts of uniforms. Outfits? Military outfits.
At the behest of the government, today's proceedings will be kept strictly confidential.
Strictly confidential?
Because of that, none of the general public knows anything about this trial. Everyone in the gallery is either connected to the military or the government.
But why?
You'll understand soon. More importantly, you better focus, Naruhodō. It's about to begin.
We will now commence with the trial of Naruhodō Ryūnosuke.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense has been ready for quite some time.
Before we begin, there's one thing I'd like to confirm. I received a sudden petition last night for a change of defense attorney.
Yes, I was the one who submitted it.
At present, it's customary for the defendant to select their attorney at least 2 days prior to the trial. I'd just like to make one final confirmation. Who will be responsible for the defendant's defense in today's trial? This is it. The judge's first question. The question is, who will be defending me in this trial? But answering I am to this question would mean I don't have time to think it over. What should I do? The first answer is right, and then the last one is wait and see. I've been given that opportunity to hit wait and see, so let's do it. Asogi's the lawyer here. There's no way I'm capable of a defense. If I say I am right now, that'd be a lie. Lying is wrong, and murder is even more wrong.
You're annoying me with your fidgeting, Naruhodō.
On the other hand, if I keep my mouth shut, I might end up causing problems for him. Oh.
There's no need for confirmation, Your Honor. It goes without saying that the one in charge of today's defense...
Oh. Well, okay. What is it? What necessitate the use of that inappropriately loud voice? The one in charge of the defense in today's trial is me, Naruhodō Ryūnosuke. What?
What's the meaning of this, Naruhodō?
Professor Mikotoba told me earlier the whole story.
What's this?
Told me that if I were found guilty, your opportunity to study abroad would be taken away from you.
I'm disappointed. Does this mean you don't trust me? Are you afraid that I'll lose in this trial?
No, that's not it at all. It's just, if there's even a 1 in a 10,000 chance that it might be my fault that you...
I knew it. I was sure you would pull something like this. That's why I didn't say anything about it. Damn it, Professor Mikotoba. I didn't ask for this.
Very well. The defendant will be acting in his own defense today. That will do.
Oh my. It appears the defendant is admitting his guilt. I mean, for him to turn his back on his own attorney.
Refrain from making incorrect assumptions if you would. It's simply that no one knows of the defendant's innocence better than the defendant himself. That's all. Isn't that right, defendant?
What? Oh, yes, that's precisely right. I say that, but the truth is, this defendant's mind is a complete blank.
I don't care what it is, but do something about those wildly darting eyes of yours.
To think that a mere college student would bring a mundane case like this to our proud Supreme Court. To tell the truth, though, the confusion caused by your lack of discretion has worked in my favor.
As all of you are aware, today's trial is a full session of the Supreme Court. In other words, we seek a trial that is befitting of our country's highest legal authority. Defendant. Yes! Allow me to ask you some questions in order to determine whether you are fit to occupy that position or not. Hi. What does he mean?
Basically, he's doubting whether you're capable of doing this.
Trust me, I don't think anyone doubts that more than me. Now then, allow me to ask you a very simple question about this incident, defendant. Yes! Promptly state the name of the victim in this case. Of course I know his name. I've heard it non-stop since this incident took place. Wait. Huh? I'm so nervous that I suddenly can't remember. What was his name again?
Naruhodō. Since it's you, I feel compelled to ask. I don't suppose your mind has gone blank, has it?
Ugh. Of course my best friend would be able to tell.
All the information related to this case is written in the court record.
Court record?
It's on the right-hand side of the lower screen. All you need to do is touch that. All the information you've carelessly forgotten is recorded there.
Touch the court record, huh? Alright, I'll give it a shot.
This is the information about the evidence. Now try switching to the profiles. The information about the victim should be in there. Once you have the chance to check it, just touch back. The information about the case is in the court record. Just keep that in mind. Now, the judge is waiting. Give him your answer. Choose the victim from the profiles and present it. Give it a try.
The victim in this situation, or this trial, case, murder, are John H. Watson. The victim is Professor John H. Watson.
I thought you might remember the name of a professor from your own university.
He's a medical doctor that was invited here to the capital city's Yume University from the Great Britain 3 years ago.
And that's precisely what the biggest problem is in this case. Great Britain. At present, they're the most important foreign connection our country has. I'm sure everyone is aware that recently our country entered into a new treaty with them to continue our long-standing relations.
The Anglo-Japanese Peaceful Navigation Treaty. There isn't a person in our nation who doesn't know of it.
I'm sorry, Final.
Ha! And to think you robbed an Englishman of his life, even knowing that fact? On top of that, aren't both of you students at that Imperial City's Yume University? Murdering an instructor at your own university! You should be ashamed!
Oh, but I didn't do it. This incident has attracted the attention of Great Britain as well. It's become quite the ordeal. It's for that reason that we seek a swift resolution to this trial.
In other words, the timid Japanese government is watching Great Britain's facial expression and wagging its tail. That's what that means. And that's why you were set up as a convenient criminal.
So that's the reason that this trial is being kept strictly confidential?
Yes, our country must see that someone is punished for this as soon as possible. Because the victim is an Englishman.
An Englishman? Professor John H. Watson? This has nothing to do with nations or treaties. The professor was murdered, and I was there when it happened.
Oops, is it that time already? I better get going soon.
Well, since I'm already here, I guess I might as well stay a bit longer.
A fine idea. We don't get many chances to come to a gourmet Western restaurant like this very often. Well then, let's meet again tomorrow for our English lecture, my friend.
Great Britain, huh? It's a pretty big deal. Hey. I've seen that man around the university. I'm pretty sure he's a professor from England. Not sure of his name, though. I should probably say hello to him. And that's when I went over to Professor Watson's table to say hi. Now then, let us proceed to the next question. Yes, sir. How was Dr. John H. Watson killed? Tell the court the victim's cause of death. Professor Watson's cause of death. Naturally, it was...
Naruhodō. Anytime you make a claim to the court, you must back it up with evidence.
With evidence?
Find some proof of the professor's cause of death and present it. Quickly.
Well, the autopsy report will give it to us. So that's the victim's name on the top, John H. Watson. He's male and English. Time of death, November 19th, approximately around 2 p.m. Cause of death, blood loss from a single close-range shot to the chest. The bullet did not pass completely through the body. So we're presenting that autopsy report. According to this, it was blood loss due to a gunshot wound.
Surely you can read something as simple as that. It's called a corpse inspection report.
Yes, sir. The corpse inspection report.
In the West, for instance, in Great Britain, when a person meets an unnatural death, an autopsy is performed. But in our country, the cause of death is determined based on the findings of the police surgeon's inspection.
I see. So that's what's going on. There's no way I'm gonna be able to remember that.
This is a photo taken at the crime scene. As you can see, there's a gunpowder burn surrounding the bullet wound. In other words, the victim was shot at point-blank range. That's what we can conclude.
Very well. The court accepts the product of this modern investigation into evidence. Photo of the victim. He seems to have died from a gunshot wound in front of his chest. So this is a photo. This is my first time ever seeing one. A lot different from an illustration. Look at that amazing level of detail. Well, I believe that's enough questions for now. Now then, let's begin the trial.
Yes, Your Honor. So, in order to give us a general overview of the case, the prosecution would like to call the witness who was present at the time of the incident.
Ugh, well, I guess this is it.
I believe I know what the professor was thinking.
The professor? You mean Professor Mikotoba?
You're acting as your own defense in this trial, but with me standing at your side, I can advise you.
He's right. This is what Professor Mikotoba told me. He said that in today's trial you weren't meant to stand in court as a defense attorney today.
Honestly, he certainly prepared well for this, didn't he?
I'm counting on you, Asogi.
Will you at least do something about those darting eyes and cold sweat of yours?
Sure, if you'll do something about that fluttering headband and frigid glare. Okay, we're gonna stop here, because I think we're heading over time now, but good time to stop now, and we will continue this case in the next video. I'll see you guys then.